Super E, Event 1, Round 1, on the streets of London. Hello there everybody and welcome to Opafed Gaming. I am the Opafed. We are driving an electric Beltra Icon Mk3. We're driving it in our semi-pro electric part of the season and we're in a Super E event. Now we're driving on the streets of London on the Westminster Loop. We're doing 3 laps and we started 11th of 22. Now this race is a very high-paced, fast race and it's really hard to keep up. So it's really difficult to pass cars. So it's going to be a fight for the Opafed this time to try and win this race. But we're going to do our best. We're going to do our best and we're just going to try and keep up with the pack on the first lap. Now I've driven this track before and I'm familiar with it, but not so familiar with the Beltra Icon electric on top of that, which when you first step in it and you race away sounds kind of creepy. It's a little eerie at first, having that quiet hum, I guess, of that electric engine rather than the deep throaty grovelly sound that a fuel-based engine would make. So, but you know, after racing a few of these you get used to them and it ends up being quite the enjoyable race. Now the only difference between this race and all the other ones is that you have to get used to the car, because the car is quite a bit different than say a Porsche or any of the other vehicles that I've been driving in here. And this guy is very high powered. So we got to keep our eyes open because we are, after all, driving in Grid Legends. And as you know, in Grid Legends anything can happen, which just adds to the spice and danger of the race as we're ripping around the corner. Almost finalizing our first lap. We're almost there. So these laps are not going to take very long to do. And we've only moved up from 11th to 9th. So not too bad. We're okay. And this here, right here at the straight section by the grandstand is usually the best place to pass them, because you can just go flat out. You can't do that around the corners. Now, you saw that yellow boost gate and there's another one there, and you get them only in electric races with electric cars. They provide a little boost to the vehicle that runs through both boost gates, and you can use that boost anytime during the race afterwards. You don't have to use it right away. So you got to be careful for anybody that gets a boost and then saves it for the end of the lap. If they're just behind you, they'll shoot by you. Don't forget that. Now in Grid Legends they like to spin out, flip out, or do whatever. You got to make sure you're paying attention if that is ever going to happen, so that you can avoid any kind of collision that might come up. So keep an eye out for that. And in the meantime, go as fast as you can and get by some of these guys and get into the front of the pack. You know, in the front 2-3 cars before you hit that third lap, because you know anything can happen in that third lap as well. And you know, you got to try and stay with the front of the pack, because those cars are the fastest and they're the hardest to pass. They're the hardest to catch up to, let alone pass. I mean, you got to catch up to them first, and that's not easy, as you can tell. Now we are almost nearing the end of our second lap, and now we're still a little ways away. We got to go. Oh, look at him! Ooh, thank God he backed up instead of going forwards. It looked like he lost 2 tires on the driver's side, the front and the rear. Now that moved us up to second place, so now we can relax a little bit because we still got a full lap to go. As we're coming around this corner here, there's just a couple more turns and the second lap will be done. So I think maybe what our strategy should be is try and pass this guy right here on the straight, right here, and then take the lead for the third lap and try and hold them off as best you can. It's going to be difficult, but we're going to give it a shot. So we're into our third lap, and now we got to try and create a little bit of a buffer zone. Now I never worry too much about those boost gates, because missing them is a much directer flow of the car and the track. You have to veer off to one side to hit them, and while you're off to one side hitting them, 2 or 3 cars might pass you by. Now another thing is, if I have a 2 or 3 second lead on anybody behind me, it doesn't matter if they hit the boost gate or not. You can hit it, but it's not going to help you any, because I've got too much of a lead. So that's the strategy, is get through there, get in the lead, and get a 2 to 3 second lead on the next car. Well, we're up to 4 seconds, so I think we're going to be okay. This is an absolutely fantastic race. I just love this one. The only thing that I missed, like I said at the beginning, was that nice throaty engine roar that you hear from fuel-based engines, you know, gas or diesel-powered engines. I grew up with that, and that's what I like. I'm not used to electric engines. So, but we all got to change. Now, as we're coming up around the corner here, we're getting close to being almost finished this race. Like I said, I really enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. You know, it's a fantastic race to take part in if you ever get the opportunity. Anyhow, I'd like to see you back at OpenFed Gaming again, and I hope you do real soon. In the meantime, you've been racing on the Westminster Loop in London in a Beltra Icon, an electric, with me, the OpenFed.